What's going on, Ruby Squad? It's your boy RubyDragonoid here, and guys, today we have another epic Bakugan video for you guys. We're actually doing a little Q&A video here. I am back. I am back from recovering from the COVID-19 virus. And it was hell, but we all got through it. My whole family got through it. We're all on the recovery stage, and we're doing fantastic. Everyone that works in my family has gone back to work. I've gone back to work, and yeah, so I thought we'd just come back with a little Q&A video here. So first of all, thank you guys that ask questions for asking the questions, and I will be answering every single one of them here. Sorry, I have a little bit of residual cough from the virus. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into the questions here, guys. So the first questions come from Dry Bones Munchakoopas. Thank you for asking the question. They ask favorite reboot Bakugan and favorite legacy Bakugan. So we'll start off with the reboot since it's recent. Our favorite reboot Bakugan is Sharktar. I love sharks. So of course seeing a shark Bakugan finally definitely brought a lot of joy to my little heart that I have. And yeah, just a really cool looking Bakugan altogether. Even if he does have arms and legs. But just reminds me of that Sharkbite Transformer back in the older Transformers days, back in Robots in Disguise. Really awesome Bakugan. And then favorite legacy Bakugan is Blitz Dragonoid. I will put a picture here because I cannot find my Blitz Dragonoid at the moment. But when I do find him, we will be doing a OG review series episode on him, of course, when that time comes. But yeah, that answers the question there. And then the next question I have is from Samiku. I hope I am pronouncing that right. And they ask, how many Bakugan do I own? Too many. Too many. I hope to do a collection video here soon, guys. It's just going to take me a little bit to get that together because there is a lot to go over, especially Bakugan that are still in boxes from the reboot. But it's a lot. it's definitely probably over, at least over 250 maybe, and that's putting both my collections together. So it's a lot. But like I said, hopefully I can get that collection video up here soon, guys. Next question they ask is, when and why did I start collecting? I started collecting back in 2007, 2008 when they first came out. I can't really pinpoint the exact year at the moment, as I am a little tired as I am recording this, so my brain does not want to work right now. But yeah, I started back when they first came out, and have been collecting ever since. And why I started collecting? Because I thought they were really cool. I know it's a really dumb reason, but I love Bakugan. They just have that really awesome factor, and that really coolness factor that like when I was first collecting them, it was like you never really saw something like this. That they just automatically transform and they create from spheres. They go to these really cool creatures, and now they got so many cool designs. Like my Dragonoid here, like you never would expect something to come out from just a ball, you know? I mean, now you would, but back in the day, if we had these, I would have flipped. Like, if they would have continued on after Titanium Surge, I would have flipped if we would have gotten Bakugan that looked like this. So, yeah, there's my when and why. And then they ask, do I prefer the OG or Legacy series or the reboot? And I can't say I prefer either one. The OG, I like the OG because one, the nostalgia factor, and two, it's what got me into Bakugan. The original series got me hooked, and I've been on that hook ever since. And I mean, there wouldn't be a time when I didn't have a Bakugan in my pocket carrying it around like I was about ready to throw down with another brawler that I met on the street. And it's still kind of like that, but now I just carry one, which is, of course, him. and for the reboot, it brought me back. The reboot brought me back to that nostalgia factor, that feeling of rolling them onto the cores and watching them pop open and then putting them back together. It's just brings back that nostalgia factor, and so I can't really say that I prefer either the legacy or the reboot. So I can't really choose. I hope that answers the question with that one, but yeah, but thank you for asking. Next is Viva la Hunt. asking thoughts on the future of the TCG. But first, I got a little shout out to Viva La Hunt, guys. He is a really awesome Bakutuber, and he does a lot of pro tournaments down in Texas. I believe Texas. I'm sorry if I got your state wrong, but he does has a lot of videos on those pro tournaments. So if you guys want to see some epic Bakugan battles of the pro TCG, go check out his channel, guys. Send him some Ruby Squad love, guys, and subscribe to his channel. You know, let's get him up there. You know, let's get him up to 1,000 subscribers, guys. All right. Or if he's past that already, let's get him higher than that. Let's get him to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Let's get him up there. You know. And so he asked thoughts on the future of the TCG, and if I were to put it into perspective, it is cloudy, but there is some sunlight beaming through. It's not a lot, but there is. The biggest issue with that I have personally, and maybe I'll go into a separate video of this, is getting the product out to us, the fans, to us, the players, and by the product I mean the cards. We're already going into Bakugan Evolutions. We haven't seen the Secrets of the Geogon cards yet, except for what was in the starter decks when they first came out. We never got a second or third set from Geogon Rising. We have seen Shields of Astroya, Fusion Force, and Armored Alliance sets, but we have not seen product from Shields of Astroya, and Fusion Force was very scarce, and Armored Alliance was very scarce. And then, in my opinion, this all started with Age of Arliss, where you could not even find those cards, and for me at least. So yeah, my thoughts on the future is there's something there, and if Spinmaster would just get their bearings straight, we can see product hopefully soon. I know the pandemic had a huge thing in it as well, but you got people saying, I still support Bakugan, you know, I still play my Bakugan, but I'm not gonna really worry about the product, about the TCG now, because, or, you know, we've tried, you know, banging on Spinmaster's door, or we tried pressing their buttons, and nothing's working. They're just kind of ignoring us. They're ignoring the people that they know that they're gonna make more money off of us if they bring out the cards. So it's kind of stupid that they're not really trying to. It doesn't seem like they're trying. It does not seem like they're trying it hard enough to bring us the product that we need. So hopefully within the coming years we'll finally get some product. You know, and I know we're gonna be a little upset if they release old sets a little bit later. But we're going to be happy that we have product that we can build our decks with and boost them up, but just don't release it all at once. You know, don't go, okay, here's your Fusion Force, your Shield of Destroyer, your Seals of Geogon, your blah 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 the Geogon, and blah 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 the Geogon, and then your 4 set or your 3 sets of evolutions when they're on, like, the next season after that. So, I still think it's possible that they'll bring us product. I hope that if they do, they don't force every set on us. But I think that it's still there, you know, and especially if we're still having tournaments, if we're still, you know, not going to Spinmaster's door and pressing their buttons, sooner or later we have to get through. And, you know, and if we don't, you know, I mean, that's unfortunately where it would go. But I'm just hoping we have some more seasons after year 4, just so that we can maybe get something. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. I'll probably go into a more in-depth video with that sometime down the road. Maybe if we hear some news about it or something. But yeah, so thank you, Viva. That was a really good question. And I hope I answered it to your liking. And yeah, guys, go subscribe to him. You know, send him some Ruby Squad love. Oh boy, that question kind of hurt a little bit. Because I feel the pain of everyone that wants to play the TCG. You know, because even though I haven't really deck built that much, is because I can't find product. I can't find the cards. I can't really find the cards that I need, or even know what kind of cards I want to put in the deck now, because I don't know what cards are in X set. So. And then final question, guys, is from DB. They ask, is it worth having these new types of Bakugan if there is power creep? And that is another good question, because I'm presuming they're talking about the Platinum Bakugan and the Evos, I believe, and the, I guess, new, was it a Platinum Evo? Chrome Evo? Palladium Evo? I don't know. I forget what that, it's like a new Dragonoid, and it's like clear, it's like all attributes. Prisma Evo, Prism Dragonoid, something like that. And well, it's not necessary to have new types with power creep. That's the more or less the new types is more or less just for the selling factor of the toys. With like how they had the Geoforce Dragonoid had metal, and how the Bakugan and Actinium Surge had the metal parts. That's kind of where they're going with this, I believe. It's more or less a selling point, saying, hey, look, true metal, these Bakugan have metal throughout their core, so that they're a little bit more heavier to roll. You have more control with them, and blah blah blah. But with the power creep, I mean, there's always something to counteract. And the biggest thing with why I don't feel, I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying this, why I don't feel power creep is a extremely big deal. It's still a big deal, but it's not like a huge deal. It's not like 90% of the deal. It's not that at all. And at least in my opinion, and that's because you can still miss a roll. Your Bakugan could veer to the left or veer to the right, depending on how you roll it, and it could miss the core that you need. You can go, oh, I did that too hard, and I'm gonna get that orange shield instead of my blue shield that I needed, and there's always that luck factor with the game, and that's why I love the game so much, is because it adds luck based as well as getting the certain cards you need. And the same thing with your deck. Same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh, same with Pokemon. You could draw a card that could win you that battle, or you can draw a card that you're just gonna be like, well, I guess I'll have to wait till next turn. And then you draw a card, oh, guess I gotta wait till next turn. I don't have anything to play, And now that could be because the deck isn't synergized, but even if the deck is synergized, it still happens. And that's part of the luck. So, while yes, power creep is a thing, while power creep is an issue, it's not a huge issue. And however, the new types is, like I said, is just a selling factor. It's just that extra like oomph, just to sell the toys, pretty much. So yeah, and even though they do have the new cards and stuff like that, I don't see how a lot of the Bakugan really are power creeped. While there are some that are 1000 B power, I haven't seen any that are past that. As of right now, watch. We get some news from Harder Ren. Be like, this new Bakugan has 1500 B power, and that's base. And I'd be like, well, now that would be power creep. If we get a Bakugan that we have Bakugan that are at 1000 B power now, went from 1000 B power to a 1500 base B power, that would be power creep. So right now we're just seeing Bakugan that are at 1000. So I don't believe power creep really is a major thing at the moment. And there's more Bakugan that are coming out with 1000 B power base. Of course, we had Dragonoid from, I believe, Dragon Rising was 1000 B power, because I think Armored Alliance was 900. And I forget which Bakugan is coming out now with that much B power, but there are also some Bakugan that have 900 B power, And like I said, if they don't have any extra abilities with their character cards, there's not really that much of a big deal to battle with that. I mean, you can land them on a Magic Shield; they'll just go up to 1650. I mean, yes, that's a little bit of a hurdle to get over, but if you have a Bakugan that can get a core and boosts his power up to 1650, and if your opponent is having really bad luck and have nothing to boost that power, or not even a Geogun to play or a Nanogun to play, you can just freaking play something that you boost it up another 200B power, like a 1-cost card, and then you win the battle. So that's the whole part of it with me. And of course, that is just my opinion. I know there's a lot of people out there that say power creep in Bakugan is terrible right now. I guess maybe I just don't play enough TCGs to understand. I guess. But for me, I just don't see it, and it doesn't really bother me. Of course, since we don't have the product to even play the game, what's the big deal about power creep in the first place? But yeah, I hope I answered that question to your liking. But yeah, so that is all the questions I got from you guys. Like I said, thank you so much for you guys asking those questions and everything. It was a lot of fun to see what kind of questions you guys had for me, and I hope I answered them to y'all's liking. And like I said, if you guys are watching this video and you want to ask me a question, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I'll keep the question for another Q&A video, hopefully down the road soon. We're on our way to 600 subscribers, guys. We're only 40 away, I think, as of right now. Maybe 41. I haven't really checked my subscribers yet recently. But we are so close. But I do have a question for everyone here, and it's kind of a funny question. So if you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching this video. It's going to be probably a little bit over 18 minutes, probably 20 minutes video. But my random question for you guys, and this is kind of a funny one. Do you guys have like an obscure candy bar that you like? And I'm being serious, like an obscure candy bar or candy that you just love, that you'd say, like, you don't have to buy every day, but you're like, I enjoy this candy bar. I know a lot of people say it's disgusting, but I enjoy it. Mine are Almond Joys. I love Almond Joys. I don't really understand why I like them. I just do. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of coconut. I do like almonds, and I love chocolate. Even though I'm a diabetic, I probably shouldn't have them. But I do like them. I think they're delicious, and yeah, I mean, no, I like it. I don't know. This is a random question I have for you guys, So, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for getting to the very end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and leave a like down below. Also, guys, don't forget to leave a comment saying what your favorite part of this video was. And people that answer questions in here, if I answer your questions to your liking, I hope I really did. That's why coconut's my problem. Little shreds get stuck in your throat and you can't talk. But yeah, guys, don't forget to also hit that beautiful, beautiful Pirates Red subscribe button, because it means the world to me, and it means you guys are joining the most epic squads in the entire Bakugan community, the Ruby Squad. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.